Yo, it's your boy King Marko in the building. Here to give y'all boys some game. Want y'all to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for a player. Hit that motherfucking cash app. Let's get into it. What the fuck is going on now? Okay? You're gonna bench a guy who's averaging 18 points a game, 9 rebounds a game, and 8 assists a game. You're gonna bench this guy? Really? You're gonna bench a guy who averaging 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists a game. Really? The Lakers are retarded. It's official. It's official. The Lakers are fucking retarded. Okay? Okay? Now there's reports saying that they've been trying to get this boy benched for weeks. Really? Okay? Really? What kind of camaraderie do you think you're going to have with this team if you bench Russell Westbrook? Who are you going to replace? Who's going to be in the starting lineup if you put Russell on the bench? THT? Who are you going to put to replace Russell Westbrook as a starter for the Lakers? What the fuck is going on here? I don't know what's going on at this point. If you're going to bench Russell Westbrook, you might as well fire the coach. You might as well fire the GM. You might as well fire everybody. Okay? Fire everybody. Everybody got to go. If you're going to bench a guy who's averaging 18 points a game, 9 rebounds a game, 8 assists a game, and on top of that, he's making $50 million. So you're going to bench a guy who's making $50 million. Really? Wow. Wow. They retarded. It's really official that the Lakers are stupid. They don't know what the hell they doing over there. You lowering the value. I said this before. I'm going to say this again. You're lowering the value of this guy who makes $50 million. What do you think you're going to get for him in a trade? What are you going to get? You're not going to get anything. Okay, nothing that's going to make you better. I can tell you that right now because no team is going to trade a guy that you benched. In the end, the Lakers as a team need to look at themselves in the mirror at this point now. Okay? You don't have to look at yourself in the mirror now. Okay? You couldn't make it work with Dennis Schroeder. Okay? Couldn't make it work with Lonzo Ball. Okay? Now you can't make it work with Russell Westbrook. At the end of the day, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, what am I missing? What am I doing wrong? Okay? This makes no sense at all. Okay? You should just trade him. Just trade him if you can. And don't worry about getting equal value because you're not going to get equal value at this point. You're not going to get a guy who's going to average 18 points a game, 9 rebounds a game, and 8 assists a game. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get anybody equal to that. Might as well just go ahead and trade him and let him go. This is a nightmare for Russell Westbrook. I actually feel sorry for him, to be honest with you, because he's not lying when he says that he's done everything that they've asked him to do. I believe that. That is true. That's a true story. Okay? He doesn't shoot the ball like you think anymore. Okay, he's probably shooting at shoot as far as the amount of shots that he shoots a game. He probably shooting at a low. It's probably at a career low for him, or at least in the last 10 years. Okay, he's passed the ball. He's done. He's played more of a point guard. And he's dumbed himself down, for the betterment of the team, and it still ain't good enough. Now they're talking about benching. Now I understand he can't shoot. Okay, he can't shoot. I know what one of his problems is. The problem is that Russell Westbrook needs to stop doing that stop and pose shot when he shoots the ball. Okay, that's what's fucking him up. He out there shooting the shot, and then he holding his hand up, holding his forearm up, and thinking that it's gonna go in, and that's why he's bricking. He need to just shoot the shot and stop trying to do some showboat shit. Now I will say that about him. He needs to change that shit. That jump shot shit that he got going on ain't what's popping. He needs to stop doing that stop and pose shot, posing right after he shoots the shot. That shit turned into a brick. Okay, every time he shoots the ball, he stands there with his arm up and his form up and thinking that it's gonna go in, and that shit ain't going in. He needs to stop doing that. That's what's fucking him up personally, with that jump shot. Okay, he got no arch on that shot, zero. All of them are flat shots. They're flat. Okay, he needs to have a little more arch in his shot. That shot is not what's popping. Okay. His whole form, he got good form, but it's his release. The way he shoots that ball and lets it go, and the way he holds that ball in his hand, he does not have any arch on that shot, and it's always a flat shot every time, and that's basically what it is. Secondly, his turnovers, he's not really averaging a lot of turnovers. He's averaging like four turnovers a game. That ain't the reason why they losing. Okay, you take away. Let's say Russell Westbrook has games where he has 0 turnovers. That ain't guaranteeing you no wins for the Lakers. If Russell Westbrook has 0 turnovers or he's averaging 1 turnover a game, do you really think that life will be different in LA? I seriously doubt it. Okay, I seriously doubt that. That's not the reason why they're losing. The reason why they're losing is that they owe and they ain't got no fucking defense. That's bottom line. That's why they losing. They owe and no defense. And on top of that, they role players is trash. Okay, let's be real. You knew they was trash when Avery Bradley got cut by the Golden State Warriors, and a week later he's starting for the Lakers. That's when you know that they trash. How the fuck you get a player? And it wasn't even in COVID protocol at this time. Like COVID protocol was running rampant in December. Okay, this is the beginning of the season. Avery Bradley gets cut by the Golden State Warriors, and then a week later, he's starting for the Lakers. That tells you right there what the Lakers is about. They role players is trash. There's no way Avery Bradley gets cut by one team and starts the next week on another team. That's retarded. That tells you right there. Tells you right there. They don't have no talent. They role players ain't talented. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if they lose to Orlando tonight. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Looking at this, I could see them losing to Orlando tonight. Or if they do win, they will have to really, LeBron James going to be LeBron James tonight. That's how this shit going to have to be. I wouldn't be surprised. It's sad that the Orlando Magic, who's probably one of the worst teams in the NBA, and the Lakers is only a 4-point spread. That's retarded. That game should be 9-10 points. Easy. But the way the Lakers is playing, they got a 4-point spread. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't cover that. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And the reason why is that they trash. They role players is trash. They got no defense, and they have no rim protector. Okay, they have no rim protector. They too old. And then all of a sudden, you want to blame Russell Westbrook for their losses. No, we're not going down that road here. Okay, yeah, he might have caused some problems, for the team, but he ain't the main reason why they losing. I'm sorry, I'm not going down that road. They was losing last year. Okay, bottom line, they got put out the first round last year. What's the excuse there? Oh, AD was hurt. AD hurt. He always hurt. They should be used to that. Now they want to fire the coach. Oh, Frank Vogel ain't gonna make it past the weekend. Oh, and then you bring in a new coach. Then what? What you gonna bring in? What he gonna do? He ain't gonna do nothing but keep the losses coming. That's it. So now they want to blame Westbrook. They gonna blame Frank Vogel. When they gonna start blaming the management? At the end of the day, you gotta blame. You gotta look at yourself in the mirror and say, "What am I doing wrong?" Has Rob Pelinka done that? Has Kurt done that? Has Jeannie Buss done that? No, they want to blame the person that ain't been there 2 months. They want to blame him. Okay, they want to blame Russell Westbrook for this shit. This is a mess. Okay, this is a mess. Lakers need to get their motherfucking shit together. I don't know what they doing out there. LeBron need to get his shit together. I don't know what he doing out there. You need to get some better players for Clutch Sports, bro, because this shit ain't popping. You got too many low budget players on that team representing Clutch Sports right now. This shit ain't what's popping, bro. Y'all better trade for Ben Simmons or something. But then if you trade for Ben Simmons, you'll start blaming him for that, for why they losing. Oh, he can't shoot. Well, you already knew he couldn't shoot. Okay, he been in the league 5 years, and he ain't shot a three-pointer yet. And then, well, he get to LA, and you'll start blaming Ben Simmons for the law. I wouldn't go to LA if I was a top-notch player. If I'm a top-notch player, I'm not going to the Lakers. I'm not playing for them right now, because at the end of the day, if they lose, they're gonna give all the blame to you. And if they win, LeBron gets the credit. Fuck that. I'm not going there. You seen it all. You already seen it. You saw it with Lonzo. You saw it with Kuzma. You saw it with whoever else that was playing. KCP, all the Montrez, all those guys took all the heat when they lost, and when they won, they gave the credit to LeBron and gave some of it to AD. If I'm Westbrook, I'll get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of there. Matter of fact, go play for the Clippers or something. Go get traded to the Clippers. That's what I would damn near tell them to do. Trade me to the Clippers. I'll go play there. You know, at this point, he's better off with the Clippers. To be honest with you, he should have never signed off on that deal going to the Lakers. He thought that they was going to actually have a championship team with him being there, and this shit has turned into a championship nightmare. That's what this is. They ain't going to the playoffs. Not happening. No playoffs for the Lakers, man. And this ain't Russell Westbrook's fault. He gets to the playoffs. You know, you can talk all that bullshit about Russell Westbrook, but he has willed teams to the playoffs. That is fact. Washington Wizards was in the playoffs last year. Okay? And he was the leader of that team. Okay? He was MVP of the league. Okay? MVP. This dude was MVP of the league after the year after Kevin Durant leaves them. But now all of a sudden he washed up. Now all of a sudden he needs to be benched. Now all of a sudden Russell Westbrook ain't a superstar no more. Y'all motherfuckers tripping. Absolutely not. I'm not going down that road. Yeah, does he need to work on parts of his game? Yeah, for sure. Does he need to work on that jump shot? Yeah. He need to get that jump shot in order somehow. Or, you know, just rely on being like Rajon Rondo in that respect. Just shoot it every now and then. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I'm not gonna sit there and say that, oh, Russell Westbrook, he's not a superstar no more. He's washed up. Maybe the team that he playing for is washed up. Maybe the Lakers is washed up. Maybe they ain't who they are no more. Maybe their legacy died when Dr. Buzz died. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's what it's looking like. Family don't know what the hell they doing. They letting anybody run the motherfucking team. This guy sat there and wills you to the play. He can will a team to the playoffs. He's done that multiple years. Okay, multiple years. But now all of a sudden he's a loser. Now I want to call him a loser. That's not necessarily fair at the end of the day. Oh, he didn't win with Kevin Durant. Excuse me. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook had Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green and Golden State Warriors, a team that won 70 fucking games. Okay, and the year before that, they won damn near 70 games. These motherfuckers won 140 games in 2 years. But all of a sudden, he's a loser. Okay, he's a loser. Okay, interesting. That's fucking dumb to even believe that. To even believe that, that's fucking stupid. Okay, he had Kevin Durant in his way. I mean, he had Golden State in his way. Gets to Houston. Now he got the Lakers and LeBron and AD with a team that's really under. Houston wasn't really all that good. You had James Harden and you had Russell Westbrook. What else did they have? What did they have? They were playing undersized. and everything. No, that wasn't no championship team. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm. Now, if he now show me where Russell Westbrook had the total advantage, where his team was clearly better than everybody else, and he still lost. Then you can talk to me. But until then, I'm not going this. I'm not going with this mess saying that Russell Westbrook's a loser. Well, he had Golden State in his way. That's not really that's very hard to overcome. LeBron James couldn't beat Golden State. He only beat them one time. Okay, he beat them one time. That's it. Okay, no, but and LeBron had Kyrie, had Jr., Kevin Love. He's shit. He got a good team with him, and he can only beat them one time, and barely beat them at that. It was down 3-1 on that series that they won. Shit. Not going down this road. Lakers need to get their shit together, man. Lakers got to look at themselves in the mirror and say, "Hey, what the fuck am I doing wrong here? Why we can't put together a team together? Uh, do we really need to go into the luxury tax? Everybody else is going into the luxury tax. Do you think we should go into the luxury tax? We should at least go into the luxury tax. I ain't saying you got to go balls deep into the luxury tax, but shit, you got to at least do something because that's what it takes right now. Okay, that's what it takes at this point. Milwaukee, they kept their team. They gave Giannis the max, the super max. They gave that boy the super max. They gave Drew Holiday. He getting paid a lot of money. Chris Middleton is making a lot of money. Brooke Lopez is making a lot of man. They went far into the luxury tax. Man, y'all better gone. Lakers, they sitting out there want to be cheap. They worse than the old owners for the Clippers. The Donald Sterling, they worse than them. They living off their name. Lakers is living off their name, but they ain't putting no money behind it. They ain't going down that road. Lakers, get your motherfucking shit together. Tired of you niggas sitting out there trying to pass the buck. That's what they do. They pass the buck around there too much. That's the problem. Stop passing the buck and look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Hey, we got to put together a better team." Stop looking at the coach and say, "Oh, the coach is the problem." The coach ain't the problem. Vogel's a decent coach. He about as good as you're going to get. If you fire Vogel, who you going to replace him with? You're not going to get a coach way better than him. Who you going to get? And ain't no real good coach going to play with the Lakers right now. No, you're not going to get a Mark Jackson type guy to coach that team right now. It's not going to happen. Okay? Just not going to happen, bro. They're not going to go there because it's too much bullshit. It's too much bullshit. First, you got to deal with the Lakers and them passing the buck. Then you got to deal with LeBron and who gonna take the blame and clutch sports and politics of clutch sports and who he want on a team and who he don't want on a team. Man, ain't no coach about ready to deal with that bullshit. LeBron in street clothes and he coming out this motherfucker acting like he the coach. Talking to the referees in street clothes. Man, anybody trying to deal with that shit to that right now. And they losing. Who want to do that? Who want to deal with that? Anybody trying to deal with that bullshit? Hell no. Fuck that. Meanwhile, you got the Washington Wizards, Kuzma and Trez and KCP. They look like they about to have a better record than the Lakers. They got traded for Westbrook. They got dumped for Westbrook, and they about to have a better season than the Lakers. That's sad. That's sad. They going to the playoffs. The Wizards going to the playoffs. In worst case scenario, they're gonna be in the play-in game. Worst case scenario. Okay, but they going to the playoffs. Straight up. Meanwhile, the Lakers might not even make the play-in. That's where we headed at, and you got LeBron James still playing at a high level. That's what the problem is. They need to start looking at themselves. Don't look at Westbrook. Don't look at Frank Vogel. Don't look at those guys. Look at yourself. You the one that signed Avery Bradley and put him in the starting lineup. You the one that got all these damn minimum contracts. Everybody on a minimum deal. Okay, y'all the ones that's doing that. Got so many players on a minimum deal. You then on top of that, they old. Trevor Ariza, he 36. He's playing with Kobe Bryant. That's how long he been in the league. He been in the league so long he could tell you exactly how Kobe Bryant plays. And Kobe has been retired for 5 years. Okay, 5 6 years. Kobe been gone from basketball. And Trevor Ariza played with Kobe when Kobe was in his prime. That's how old Trevor Ariza is. Kobe was in his prime when Trevor Ariza was playing with Kobe. Okay, he won a championship with Kobe. That's crazy. And they got him on the team. Carmelo just as old as LeBron. Dwight Howard is just as old as LeBron. Man, they got a whole bunch of teams. They got a whole bunch of players that's just old. Okay, that ain't gonna cut it in the NBA, man. These teams is too young. They too young, and they more skilled too. More moving forward. I want y'all boys to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for play. It's your boy King Marko. I'm signing out. Lakers, get y'all shit together. Tired of you niggas.